Sure.
I know it's very rare that we ever get it, but if we actually, if a client or a retailer actually provides us sales information or EDI data, can you integrate that into your
You bet. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to the degree that you proactively have that relationship with the client, and you start that process by showing them, here's our process for managing our event activities. You know, we genuinely, we track, we validate, we know that the data is accurate, and we want to take that the next step, and we want to show you that return on your investment, brand manager or CMO. They get to the point where they're starting to be willing to do that. Or if nothing else, you know, we can deliver them data that makes you more valuable to them, that they can then internally start to run some of those same reports and see how things are running, and rely on them to tell you where they're at.
You know, our exposure to to clients ranges from being the transparent 3M that makes things, or BASF I guess, that makes things work better, to other times where we sit at the strategy table, and obviously anytime we have the opportunity to work with you hand in hand and to look at the different forms of information capture and how that's delineated and shared, we embrace that opportunity. I like to think that a lot of times you guys are so entrenched in your day-to-day that it's sometimes good to have that extra set of eyes that comes in with some experience and can offer new perspective. And looking for those opportunities to share that data is always good.
Yes, sir. In the back.
Do you guys have any examples of the interface, screen grabs, or even functioning also?
We have many. Because of the sensitivity with our clients, it's not very easy for us to show a whole lot of that in a venue like this. And on one-on-one, we can certainly show a little bit more of that selectively. We're very careful. Obviously, there's a lot of competition between agencies, and so there are certainly some things we can show. But in a public forum like this, it's very difficult to start showing a whole lot of information. But we'd be happy to talk to you about that offline and show you some more exciting stuff. I wish we could. Trust me, that's a lot more exciting than hearing us dribble on about this stuff. But that's just a reality we live with. Yeah.
What's that?
We can populate with dummy data. Yeah, it's just a challenge. That takes a lot of effort to do, and we've got some things we could show you offline. Be happy to do that. Yes, ma'am.
What's your programming platform? Do you use open source, and what kind of security, encryption, and also is this a pay per seat? Is it a yearly contract? Obviously, you host the database on your servers. Can you talk about some of the technical back-end things?
Absolutely. The question is from a technology platform standpoint, how do we build our applications, and how do we charge how do we charge the use of those systems? And in our case, again, you could talk to other folks that might do things differently, but in our case, we utilize the Microsoft.NET platform for programming and the SQL Server database that has served us well for a long time. And certainly, as we often say, we don't want to ever talk about divorce with our clients, but if for some reason you chose to take things internally or you want to do something, we have had a number of occasions where we've built applications for very large organizations that have a huge IT department, and we're building it and handing it off to them. They can take and run what we have. We build it and you own it, and you pay us to build it. In our case, there is no per seat. You pay for it and it is yours to use. There is some hosting expense based on how many people are using it. That's not even really the main issue. It's how much information, and particularly photos. If you're storing hundreds of high-res photographs and videos, then you can see some hosting expense creep up a little bit, but it's not significant, and we can certainly give guidance on how to reduce some of that and offload some of that expense. But your other question, I guess, was technology. Did I miss anything there?
Well, encryption security.
Yes, encryption security. We certainly encrypt anything that needs to be encrypted. In fact, in this world, we encrypt almost everything. And again, our DNA as a business is we spend a great deal of time, as I've said a couple of times, in that financial services world where we are checked out 30 ways to Sunday, even though you wouldn't believe that in today's world. They are incredibly difficult to please, and we've learned how to do that. So we take that data very, very seriously and want to make sure that we protect it.
And
we also, well, I was going to say, we also go to great lengths not to store or collect data that we don't need to that might be personal. I mean, we work with you to make sure, do you really need that information? Why? You know, what are you going to do with that? And, you know, let's not even store it if we don't need it. Time for some more questions if anyone has them. All good. Well, I hope you all, you know, talking about portals, we love it. It's fun stuff. It can be a little bit dry, but hopefully you got a little bit out of this. We're certainly willing to talk to you afterwards. We could talk to some folks on a limited basis tomorrow morning. We're still in town. We'll be at the EM Lounge tonight, so come and see us if you have any more questions. And again, our mission is to see all agencies go this direction. Whether you pick us or somebody else, it's a good thing for everyone. We sponsored a roadshow last year with the Event Marketer magazine and had the opportunity to talk to numerous brand managers and CMOs and agency managers. And clearly, this whole concept of measurement and ROI is so critical. And the old days of just, you know, being able to say, hey, look at all the people we interacted with are gone. And it's, if you're not being forced by your clients today to use a system like this, I think you will be in the very near future. So we hope you'll be on the front end of that and take advantage of those opportunities. And we do thank you for your time today. And we'll stand here for a few minutes if people have quiet questions they want to ask.
And despite the fact we're talking about a automated technical solution, if you would take a couple minutes and fill out that survey, drop that off, we'd appreciate that as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.